Asi ste už videli veľa katastrofických filmov, pri ktorých sa ľuďom podarili veľké veci, podarilo sa vytvoriť umelú inteligenciu, mozog, ktorý rozmýšľa, ktorý je úžasný a nakoniec sa často v tých filmoch to končí tak, že ten mozog sa obrátil proti ľuďom. Jednoducho, umelá inteligencia sa akoby pokazila a dá sa opraviť. No tak to je otázka a nad ňou sa zamyslíme aj v nasledujúcich minútach. Ja si myslím, že pripravenú máme prezentáciu Gianluca Mauro, zakladateľ AI Akadémie, ktorý vám tu presne o tom bude rozprávať, čo sa stane, keď sa z umelej inteligencie stane nejaká digitálna tyrania. Ako to opraviť? Nech sa páči. It's your turn, please.
Thank you. Wow, there's a lot of people living now. I guess, Matthew, did you scare them? What happened? I'm actually really curious about this. So for people who listen to Matthew's presentation, I feel like always when we talk about AI, there's either people who are excited or people who are scared, okay? So I really want to get a sense of this room, okay? So who of you heard all these things that Matthew has promised us about the future of the world with AI and is super excited? Raise your hand. Okay, cool. So who of you, now lower your hand, who of you is super scared? Raise your hand. Okay, okay. So who of you is still not sure, 50-50, I guess everybody else? Cool, cool. So I think this is the main issue with artificial intelligence today. I feel like my life would be 100% easier if I picked one side. So if I decided AI is amazing for everybody, and that's all I'm going to say, or if I'm going to say AI is a threat, and we need to be afraid. If I picked one, my life would be 100% easier, but I can't because I believe that AI is both. AI is a threat and an opportunity. AI is the most powerful technology we always had available and a big issue, okay, that we all need to be kind of a little bit careful with. So I see a lot of people coming in, so I'm going to wait a little bit for them to come. But that's basically what I'm going to talk about for the next 30 minutes. So that's a spoiler. If you want to know what I'm going to talk about today, it's this. I'm going to try to merge these two very opposite views on artificial intelligence. What is good, what is positive, what makes me feel hopeful, and what makes you feel hopeful as well, and what makes me feel scared, and makes me want to slow down, and it makes me want to come at conferences like this and tell people, hey, we need to pay attention, okay? So that's what we're going to go talk about today. I still see big queue of people getting in. I don't want them to get in halfway. So that's why the title of this speech is Building AI for Everybody. So I think what we have heard from Matthew is to me, is amazing. You know, and those are the things that push me. But I think what I want to talk about with you today is, are we sure that all these beautiful things, all these advantages, all these great, you know, revolutions in the way that we live are going to be benefiting everybody, or just a few people? And I feel very strongly about this because I know that we here are all kind of privileged, right? Like we are in a place hearing about technology and artificial intelligence and hearing about how this can make us 100x better. There was one slide that I found it interesting. It said 100x faster, 100x more productive. But are we sure that this is going to be serving everybody? And this is what we're going to talk about today. Cool, so nice. Not everybody is getting in. Let's get started. I first want to introduce myself. We're going to be spending half an hour together, and I want you guys to know who you're spending this half an hour with. So this is a little bit about my story. So in 2014, so basically almost 10 years ago, I moved to Silicon Valley. So that's me walking with my backpack and I'm going to Santa Clara University. It's a university in Silicon Valley, close to Cupertino, where the Apple headquarters is. And I was going there to study entrepreneurship. I was going to spend 6 months in what is the cradle of innovation, to try to absorb as much as I could, to then come back to my home country, Italy, and try to give back, try to tell people what I learned. And I remember one day, I was there with the other people that were doing the same program with me, and we decided to drive to San Francisco. While we were driving, this is 2014, okay, we see this. This is a company called Brighterion advertising artificial intelligence and machine learning on the highway. So in Italy, where I come from, if you drive on the highway and you see some billboards, they usually advertise pasta, maybe telephone services, maybe some clothing. You do not see AI companies advertising on the highway. That's not a thing. It's not happening. And so I started to wonder, what the hell is going on? What's happening? Like, why are those people so excited about this technology? And so at the time, it was easy because I literally could go to Stanford and meet like directors at Google and shake their hands and know what was going on. And so in 2014, I got so excited about AI. And I made my life mission, at least for now, to spread this knowledge to everybody. And that's what I started doing. So this is me 10 years ago doing something very similar to this, actually. The stage also looks a little bit similar. And me talking about artificial intelligence, and I was saying AI is the new electricity. Just then 100 years ago, electricity transformed industry after industry, and now AI will now do the same. I was just so excited about this. But this is 2014, so I sounded like an alien to most people. Because in 2014, I can guarantee you, when you say artificial intelligence, in 2014, people thought about Terminator, okay? So I had to do a lot of work to make people understand that AI was such a great opportunity. And I was there like pushing people to just get into it because I thought it was a huge opportunity. Then this happened. November 2022, OpenAI throws a curved ball at everybody. Like at the entire world and the community, and the AI community as well, by releasing this tool called ChatGPT that when I used it, so bear in mind, I am somebody who wakes up in the morning, the first thing I do is, I know it's a bad habit, is open my emails and read newsletters, what happened in the world of AI. So I think I'm pretty on top of what's going on. When ChatGPT came out, I did not expect that. I saw it and I thought, what the hell? This is like alien technology. This works too good. It's too good to be true. And everybody got super excited. And man, of course everybody got super excited. It's pretty amazing. And so I want to ask you a few questions. How many of you have tried ChatGPT? Raise your hand. Okay, so usually when I ask this to companies, I get 80 to 90% of people raising their hand. Here seems a little bit more. You guys are tech savvy. Okay. Next question. How many of you use ChatGPT daily? Okay, so usually I get 10, 20% max that raise the hand. I think here we are more or less at the 20%, so you're still in the top. Good job, guys. At the top of the kind of the AI users. Now I have another question. Who wants to be 37% faster at your job, 20% better, and significantly happier in the end? I'm going to raise my feet as well. So these numbers are not random. I didn't dream them yesterday night. These numbers come from a study from MIT. They were trying to measure the productivity effects of generative AI. So they took two groups of people. They asked them to do some writing tasks. They were, the kind of stuff that you do at work. Send an email, write a marketing report if you work in marketing, some sales pitch, different kinds of writing tasks. And they gave them to one group with access to ChatGPT and one group without. The group with access to ChatGPT was 37% faster, 20% better. The quality of their work was better. And at the end, which is to me the most important thing, they asked them, are you happy about your work? Are you satisfied? and they were significantly happier. So of course we are all excited about this. Who doesn't want to be 37% faster, 20% better, and significantly happier? Everybody. And this is not just about speed, because sometimes, you know, I'm Italian, I like to take things slowly, okay? So to me, life is not just about being fast, okay? Sometimes I want to do different things. Sometimes I want to be creative. I want to try to create art. And so if I ask you, do you consider yourself a creative person? So raise your hand if you consider yourself a fairly creative person. Okay, so there's, I would say, 20 to 30% considers, you know, you consider yourself being creative. Now, who would like to be more creative? Being able, I don't know, to write better emails, being able to make better pictures on Instagram, being able to cook more interesting food. I think it's cool to be more creative, right? It's fun. Creativity is cool. So let me tell you about this. There was this study made from a research group. They took 3 groups of people. One group of people had to write a short story, a creative, fun little story, but they had no help from AI. Another group had one idea that was suggested by ChatGPT to them, and a group had 5 ideas that were suggested by ChatGPT. Bear in mind, ChatGPT did not write the story, it just helped a little bit. It just gave some little hints, okay? So what they found is that access to generative AI ideas made them, on average, 8 to 9% more creative. But the thing that excites me the most is not this. It's not this 8 to 9%. It's actually this. It's the fact that the people who were less creative got more help. There was, with 5 ChatGPT suggestions, the less creative people were performing as creatively, as good as the most creative people in the group. AI is an equalizer. AI is helping who has less skills, or maybe less, you know, gift, maybe, perform as much as people who had either more talent or just more opportunities to develop that talent. Isn't this amazing? Democratization. I love this. And then I'm going to share one last thing that just makes me super excited. Think about some skills that you would like to have. Let's do that for a second. Let's close our eyes and think about something we really like to be able to do. I'll tell you what I think about, what I'm thinking about. Okay, so in my mind, one of the things that I would like to become better at is plan my day. My days usually get freaking chaotic. Okay, so that's one skill. I hope all of you thought about one skill that you would like to have, okay? Something that you're not that good at, okay? So, would you like to perform like if you were an expert at this specific skill? I would like to perform like an expert in time management. I don't know what you thought about writing better emails, writing better sales proposals, become better at public speaking, whatever that is. Would you like to perform like an expert? Well, I'm going to share with you one case. This is not scientific research done in a lab. This is a real company, okay? And I'm going to show you how AI can help you perform like an expert. So this was a customer service company. They received customer issues, complaints from customers, and then people, their operators, could get a suggestion from ChatGPT. And then they could either accept the suggestion, reject the suggestion if they didn't like it, or modify it, okay? So the amazing thing is they got an insane uptick in resolutions per hour, so in productivity. You can see from one ChatGPT, when this AI comes in, boom, productivity goes up. But the most amazing thing is this. So here you can see how experts people were. So these people are the experts, the people who have more than 1 year of experience in customer service. These are the interns, the people who just got started, have no skills. And you can see how the interns got so much more gain in productivity and in quality compared to the experts. There's one funny thing about this graph, actually. Let's see if somebody has noticed it. If you notice something odd, something strange, raise your hand. Now you have to speak, though. Tell me. The rise of ChatGPT? What do you mean? This is how the experience of those people, how experienced these people were. And I want you to focus on this last group, the most experienced people. It's below 0. The experts actually became worse. Why? Well, we don't know really. Do you want to say something? They don't like to change the way they work. Thank you, Vicky. But like, this is true. So what they find out is that the interns, the people with less skills, were helped the most. Isn't this amazing? And I'm not even done. Like, let's think about medicine, okay? So there's this scientific paper that got published in December 2022. They compared the accuracy of a doctor in making diagnosis, 92%, 92.9, to an AI model. It's like ChatGPT, okay? And it was 61%. Not that good. But then they tweaked this model and made it behave like a doctor. And this is what happened. 92.6, just 0.3% worse than a doctor. Basically nothing. And I thought, oh, how long is it gonna take to close that 3%, that 0.3%? How much do you think it's gonna take? Try to make a bet. Months? 3 months. Almost. 5 months. So this is from May. And on a bunch of different metrics, AI performed better than doctors. On, I think, if I remember correctly, on 8 metrics out of 9, it was better than doctors. And that's not all. They made a test. They took this Reddit called Ask a Doctor, where you can ask medical questions. And doctors can answer. And they measured, they asked ChatGPT to answer these questions as well. They measured the difference between doctors' answers and ChatGPT's answers. What they found is that ChatGPT was 9.8 times more likely to be considered empathetic. Why? Well, because the average length of an answer from a doctor was 50 characters. The average length of an answer from ChatGPT was 150. Because doctors have no time. How many times you've been to a doctor and they're like, yeah, what's going on? Yeah, it's fine, just take this pill, cool, next one. Happens all the time. I live in Denmark. Denmark has like, doctors are just like, get out as fast as possible. I don't know how it's in Slovakia. In Denmark, this is how it is. ChatGPT has all the time that it wants. You know, it's going to give you a very long, empathetic answer. That's amazing. So, I've told you so many beautiful things. Are you still excited about AI? I hope so. So now the question is, do we just scale it to the entire world? It sounds like this can make us smarter, faster, happier, healthier, more creative, maybe more beautiful, I don't know. Let's just give it to everybody. And the question is, to me, who does it? Who is the person, the company, the organization that scales this technology to the entire world? Who is it? Usually, the people that we expect to do these things look like this guy. And he has a big motto in his back that says, move fast and break things. Deploy technology, move as fast as you can, do whatever you want, and then if you make some mistakes, say, okay, I'm sorry. That's what these people usually do. That's how Silicon Valley works, the leaders of the world of technology. So you could be tempted to say, well, people love ChatGPT, let's scale it to the entire world. But then I want to ask you, what happens when the only thing you care about is speed? And as an Italian, I think it's problematic. You gotta chill sometimes, you know? So what I want to tell you now is the story of a research that I've done that I think shows what happens when you prioritize just speed. The title of this story is There is no standard. Investigation finds AI algorithms objectify women's bodies. I published it together with Helke Schellmann, who's a German journalist on The Guardian in February this year. So, one day, I made a post on LinkedIn. This was my post. I posted a picture of 2 women, and then I was trying to explain how Twitter works on this. It's called a cropping algorithm. It's an algorithm that understands what to crop in an image when you post it. And this seems like a normal post to me. Okay, I make this post almost every day. The problem was that it got 29 views. And for me, 29 views is very weird, because I usually get 1,000 in the first hour. I post a lot on LinkedIn, okay? And I was like, this is very strange. What is going on? And so I decided to take the same text, but post it again with a different picture, with this one. That has nothing particularly crazy. There's basketball players and that's called a saliency map. It's something that nerds like me like. And this post got 849 views. This was in May 2021. I thought, what the hell? There's something weird going on. And so I decided to investigate. Now, I am a technical person. I write code. I've been writing code for a living, so I can try to make some hypotheses and test these systems. And I figured out that a lot of companies, this is from Microsoft, but Google, Amazon, they all do the same thing. They sell technology that uses AI to detect if an image is, let's say, pornographic or not, if an image is violent or not, if an image is suitable for social media. And so this is what they do. They flag these images, they give a score between 0 and 1 so that developers can interpret the results according to their own preferences and can decide to block images that are more than a specific number. Let's make an example. So let's say you take a selfie. We can do this right now. Like I take my phone and I take a selfie and I post that on Instagram, okay? What happens? Before the picture goes on Instagram, before Instagram decides to show it to my followers, this happens for every social media, by the way, okay? LinkedIn as well, Facebook as well, TikTok. There's an AI algorithm that looks at it. This AI algorithm, I discovered that it's ranking how much racy the image is. Racy could be translated as sexy, as sensual, how provocative the picture is. If this number is low, then it's okay. It goes to people's phones. You can watch it. When you scroll, you're going to see my selfie on stage. But if this number is too high, it's going to be trashed. Either it gets blocked, so it doesn't get to the social media platform, or, which is even worse, I think, it gets shadow banned, which means that you post it, but they don't show it to anybody. Like my picture with the two women sitting on a bed. 29 people saw it. I probably made 15 views just by refreshing and trying to understand what the hell was going on. Okay? So now I tested those systems. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you some pictures and I'm going to ask you which one do you think is the most sexy? You didn't expect this when you walked into this room, huh? To look at a bunch of sexy men and women on a screen, okay? I hope they're all appropriate. So, I'm going to show you a picture, this one. Which one, so let's say, who thinks that the most sexy image is the one, instead of sexy, let's say the more provocative, the one that should be banned, is the one of the woman? Who thinks is the one of the man? Okay, a lot of people did not raise their hand, but I saw that nobody raised their hand with the woman. So AI thinks that the woman is 98% probably provocative to be banned. The men, 3%. And let's just look at it again, because I think it's like this woman is doing yoga. He's doing nothing wrong. He's doing yoga. This man is just showing you his muscles. It's like, yeah, look at me, you know? Yet AI thought that the woman had to be banned. The man, no. But let's look at this other one. So woman, just normal position, and this guy with like, I don't know, gold dust and stuff. It's kind of weird. Who thinks that the woman should be banned? Who thinks that the man should be banned? Okay, AI thinks that the woman is 98%, the man is 2%. Okay, last one. These two pictures to me are just, both of them are like classic Instagram images, you know, are just a woman reading a book on the beach and a man coming out of the beach. We may argue the man is looking a bit more sexy, you know, but like to me, they're kind of the same, yet AI thinks that this picture is 100% sexy. 100%, no doubt at all. This is an image that is way too sexy. The men, no. 3%. It gets crazier. What do you think about this picture? Who thinks that this picture is sexually suggestive? Oh, thank God. Because if somebody raised their hand, we need to have a talk, okay? So, AI thinks that this picture is 90% sexually suggestive in nature. Then we're going to talk about why. This other picture. So, this one needs some explanation. This picture is a picture by the American National Cancer Institute. They made it so that they can talk about the importance of getting a breast scan to detect cancer. So this picture is important because it's used to raise awareness. And if AI thinks this picture is pornographic and nobody sees it, it's a big problem. What do you think AI thinks about this image? It's actually suggestive in nature. So when I have done all those tests, imagine this took me 1.5 years to get to the bottom of this. I was like, what the hell is going on? It really looks like AI is just basically trying to find skin, naked skin, and feminine attributes. And it's saying if the skin and something feminine, like a big pregnant belly, then this picture is pornographic. And I had to test this hypothesis because what I wanted to do was to go against the biggest companies in the world publicly on The Guardian. So me, Gianluca Mauro, against Facebook, Amazon, Google, Microsoft. Like, I was shitting in my pants, okay? So I needed to be sure and I needed to test this. And so the only way that I found to test this after talking to AI experts, to so many people, is to test it myself on me. So I made a test with me, and I'm about to show you. Okay? So this is always very awkward for me. But so what I've done is, I've taken pictures of myself without a t-shirt, and then with a bra. And I'm about to show you a video. I was very bloated that morning, okay? I had eaten a lot of pasta, actually, it's true. So this is the video. If I have a bra, I am 90% sexy. Without a bra, I'm like 10 to 20. So you see, even if I wear a bra, okay, even if I'm holding it next to me, I'm 90%. So this is funny, but this also means that AI is literally objectifying anything that is related to women. And that's 50% of the world population. It's not a minority, okay? It's 50 freaking %. So I tried to understand, because I was working with a journalist, that we were trying to understand, okay, but who is hurt by this? And so we found this lady. Just one example that I love, her name is Beck Wood. Beck Wood is a pregnancy photographer. She takes pictures of women that are pregnant because she wants to celebrate maternity, which is pretty freaking cool. I mean, women can give birth to like living human beings. Isn't it amazing? She wants to take pictures of it and celebrate it. Yet, AI decides to ban all her pictures, and her business depends on this. She has lost 90% of her business because AI was canceling her images and she couldn't get new clients. So you understand why my life is very hard. Because for half of my speech, I need to tell you AI is amazing. And for half of the speech, I need to tell you AI is freaking scary because it can harm people. It can harm literally half of the population. So what is the... what do we get out of this? What do we do? The first thing that we need to do is we need to repeat all together. This is an early, not well understood technology. We should be careful and not rush deployment. This is an early, not well understood technology. We should be careful and not rush with development. This is no, I'm joking. We're not going to say it again. But like, this is very important. we need to realize this technology is not like, I'm an engineer. Engineering is something like we've been building bridges for like 3,000 years. We've been building AI systems for like 30, 60 in theory, but like this kind of AI for 30 years. If we compare medicine with AI, AI is like an infant. So it's normal that there are things that we need to learn. It's normal that there are things that we need to change, but we need to do that. We need to be careful because this stuff is new, crazy powerful, but very new. And so I will propose to Mark Zuckerberg to change his move fast and break things slide and say move responsibly and don't leave anyone behind. The message that I want you guys to come home with is a message that I wish was said by a famous philosopher, because it would be much cooler, but it's said by Spider-Man's uncle. And it's, from great power comes great responsibilities. But the question that I want you guys to think about is anyone taking these responsibilities? I hope that all of you are going to get so excited about AI after this conference. You're going to go back home and you're going to want to build it. You're going to want to create projects. You're going to want to do stuff. What I want you, though, is that you're going to take the responsibility for what you're going to put out there in the world. Because you can either elevate people or you can push them down. And it's our responsibility to check and build technology that really benefits everybody. Thank you. If you want to stay in touch, these are my contacts.